Back in this week's Climate Close-Up, as we talk with state climatologist Justin Glisson, we're kind of highlighting Severe Weather Awareness Week. So, Justin, thanks for joining us today. How are you doing?
Doing well. How are you?
Not too bad, not too bad. So again, it is Severe Weather Awareness Week, as we've kind of been talking about here over the last several days. Today's topic, tornadoes, but obviously we highlight a lot of different severe weather happenings here in Iowa throughout the week and help people get prepared. But what we're seeing here is a little bit more severe weather and kind of those longer severe weather seasons as of recently. So can you tell us a little bit about how the frequency and the intensity of severe weather has changed over the past few decades across Iowa?
Yes, definitely. So you look at a warming atmosphere, a warmer atmosphere holds more water vapor. Warmth and water vapor are two of the ingredients that we use to produce instability. And instability is the main forcing mechanism for thunderstorms. So with more of those ingredients out there for a longer period of time, especially during the growing season, that's where we're seeing more thunderstorm activity, more hail events, and more straight line wind events as well.
So that intensity factor, you know, with the instability and more moisture and stuff, could you elaborate a little bit more on why is that happening? Why are we getting more of the ingredients for thunderstorms?
Yeah, so we have a rich moisture gate from the Gulf of Mexico, also off of the Pacific during parts of the year. So a warmer atmosphere holds more water vapor. It's a bigger sponge. So when that sponge is soaked or has more availability for water vapor, along with warmer temperatures or clashes of air masses as we've had over the past few days, especially in western Iowa, we see thunderstorms form more often. So those ingredients are readily available more often, and we've seen that in the trends over the last several years.
Absolutely. And we're also seeing, we're looking at a graphic here just a short time ago about how those seasons are kind of expanding. It's not, you know, your typical April through August anymore. We're getting, you know, derechos in December. Obviously, that's something we've had recently too, right?
Yes, the December 15, 2021 derecho, a serial derecho, along with 63 tornadoes. So the largest tornado outbreak for the state for any month and for the United States for December.
So we obviously can't link one specific weather event to climate change, but can you tell us a little bit about how we can discern if an individual event is linked to the effects of climate change?
Yeah, so we call that attribution. We're able to do attribution studies and talk about the large-scale atmosphere and the large-scale configuration of the atmosphere, and if it is supportive of specific events. Now, we've done attribution studies on heat waves, particularly on the West Coast, but also in Europe. We've also looked at a thunderstorm and derechos. Again, you mentioned aptly that you can't draw a trend from one event. We've seen 4 derechos over the past 5 years across the state of Iowa, climatologically 1 every 2 years, but we hadn't seen a derecho prior to August 10th, 2020 for 7 years. So we've had a lull in derecho activity and then an uptick recently. If we look at the climate trends with a warmer atmosphere, we're not necessarily going to see more derechos, but we could see amped up strength in those derechos given more instability, more forcing for longer duration events as well.
Excellent stuff. As always, Justin, thank you so much for your time here today. Well, we don't have any severe weather in our forecast coming up. We are watching the chance for a little bit of rain and thunderstorm activity. We'll detail that in just a few.